Hey guys, J.S.T here, and today I'm going to be going through my top tip for taking good quality photos with your iPhone camera. I'm going to be using the stock iPhone camera app to show you that with that app and its capabilities, you'll be able to improve your photo quality massively. I'm going to show you my recommended settings you should make sure you have toggled on your camera apps before you begin. I'm also going to go through some accessories I would recommend getting to help improve your photography skills. And then I'm going to be going through my own personal 3-step process into taking the best picture possible, starting from setting the photo all the way to editing it. So first off, we're going to talk about the best settings that you should have for your camera app. To change some of these toggles, open up the settings app and then locate camera. So first thing we're going to go into is composition section here. So the grid is the most important one, and it's the one we're going to reference a lot in this video. It basically just lines up a grid, so it makes it easier to line up your shots, and we are going to use that a lot. Level as well is also very important. If your phone can detect that you're trying to level up either horizontally or vertically, it will show up a little bar on the screen and it will basically guide you to making sure that your phone is like straight and level as it says. It's a really good handy little UI to have. Those are the recommended toggles I would pick for your composition, and that about does it for my recommended settings for the camera. So let's move on. Alright, so now let's look at the best accessories I would recommend getting if you are someone who's looking to take better quality photos. Now I say accessories, but I actually mean accessory because there's only one, and that is simple. It's just a tripod. Now a tripod is very versatile. You can prop it up, you can extend it, or you can fold it up, you can hold it, and you can do vlogging with it. It just helps with stabilization, and if you're someone who likes to get really up close to things, it can be hard sometimes to get in close with your hands. So with a tripod you can kind of help to like extend it, and it also works the same for like height. If you want to get more height on a photo and you want to take like a photo looking down or something, then you can try and extend the tripod all the way up, and then you've got that kind of nice angle. It basically just helps to put your phone in so many different positions that your hands otherwise cannot. And those are my accessories I would. So the camera is ready, the tripod is set, but how do we actually take the picture that we want? In this segment, I'm going to be going through the 3 steps to getting the photo that you want. Starting off with the first one is setting the shot. Now obviously if you are taking a photo, you know what the focal point of that photo is, you know what the objective of that photo is and what you're trying to capture. But don't just think I'm going to take the photo from wherever you're standing. No, try and like move around a bit, try and go to the left, to the right, maybe try and get a little bit lower or a little bit higher. Like use the tripod, extend it a little bit more, get that height that you can't typically get, or angle it in a way, because it gives you more options in terms of creating a better photo. But second of all, it also helps if you want to take multiple pictures of the same thing. So instead of taking multiple pictures from that one perspective, you can end up having different perspectives, either having it on the side or on the right or the top or the bottom. So it gives you a bit more variety. Now you've got the position exactly locked in for exactly where you're taking this photo. But now it's time to look at the UI and see exactly how we're going to take this photo. The first proper thing you should do is look at all the options instead of just taking a standard photo. Other than just taking a box standard photo, you can take a portrait photo, which will blur the background and focus in on the image. You can also take a square photo, which I wouldn't understand why anyone would use, but if you want that specific style, you can go for it. Or you can do what's called a pano, where you just scanning like a 180-degree field view of the image and stuff. So that can really help to give a certain abstract vibe or a bit more of a creative touch to it. But in my opinion, sticking with the standard photo toggle is still good, especially if you want to edit it really good. But I actually really enjoy using the portrait mode or the pano mode. The next thing I'm going to point out is look at the lenses. So above that you'll see you either have 2 or 3 toggle for lenses. You'll see either a 0.5 times or 1 times, or if you have the Pro phones you'll either see a 2, a 3 or a 5 times zoom. So the standard for the base model iPhones is you get a 1 times lens with a 0.5 ultra wide lens. I just think the quality of it is not up to standard compared to the 1 times. If you are taking a photo for the quality and for how it looks, you're going to find that the ultra wide is going to have a significantly lower quality than the other camera. So I would stick with the 1x. If you have the Pro iPhones, you'll get the 3x lens. Now, it's annoying because I do hate that it is locked to the Pros, but this is probably the best lens on the camera. I would honestly recommend using this lens only and all the time because it is the best. But what makes this lens really good is how tight it is and how tight the shot is. And as you can see, the 1x looks nice, it looks good, but like 3x, because it's more cropped in and stuff, it does feel a lot more like focused in a way. But from my perspective, it just looks really good. And if you are someone who wants to take good photos and you've got the Pro camera, use that lens. It is the best one. Always take multiple shots from different angles, different settings. That is my biggest advice. Right, so we've got the photo, it's ready. Now we're gonna edit it and we're gonna try and make it even better. This brings us nicely to our third step, which is editing the photo. So as you can see, I'm doing this on my iPad just for ease of recording, but the way I'm gonna edit this is gonna be exactly the same to the way you'll do it on your phone. First off, see, I've got my photo here in the middle. You'll see the bottom here, there's toggles and stuff. Did I edit it from here? Now I know as I am running a different software, these toggles could be located somewhere else. I think it may be like a magic wand type icon. So just have a look, I think it's at the top right. As you can see here, you have your adjust, filters and crop on the left. And then you've got all these kind of like toggles and stuff here on the right. First thing you're gonna see is the magic wand, which is the auto. I've never seen the auto feature go wrong. So I would always recommend like clicking on auto because it actually gives a nice pop to it. It kind of saves a couple of settings here and there. Now let's go to the next one. This one is exposure. So for this photo, it's outdoors, daylight. So I want a little bit more light in, not too much where it's overexposed. So I'm going to have it on about 4. I think that's a good number to have. So this one here is the highlights. I don't want it to be too colourful like that, where it's a bit more, it just looks too fake at that point. So I'm going to put this around -20 is good. I took this photo on a very cloudy day. We want to make this photo now look as best as it can. Contrast. So with this toggle here, I'm going to give it a little bit of a bump. And then now the vibrancy, once again, I'm going to give this a bit more of a bump, maybe about 26. So now we have sharpness. So it's best kind of leave this, I mean, I'll probably put this on like 2 maybe, or maybe 6. Yeah, a little bit of sharpness. So now we have definition. I think for this, I will leave it about halfway, 50, not too much. That's kind of like our adjustments all done and ready. Now coming onto the left side, we're going to click on filters. I think for the purpose of this photo, I'm going to leave it on, I think vivid. So what I'm going to do is give it maybe about 10. So it's got that little bit of even more pop to it, which I think actually looks really good. That's pretty much your photo pretty much edited. That about wraps it up for this video. I hope some of you guys have learned something new in this video. If you have, let me know down below. And also let me know for any other video suggestions or ideas you guys have. And also while you're down there, please like and subscribe because that will really help this channel to grow. Thank you all for watching and I'll see you next time.